She does not pounce. No, the Black Widow is patient. She studies the movements of her prey, learning their patterns of thought, their weaknesses, and the cracks in their reality that she can slip into unnoticed. She is a shadow, a whisper, a gentle suggestion that lingers in the corners of the mind, reshaping perception before her victim even suspects an intrusion. First, she tests the waters. She probes, subtly questioning those around her, discovering what narratives they already believe, what biases they hold, and where their uncertainties lie. She does not challenge their worldviews outright. No, that would be crude, ineffective. Instead, she weaves herself into their trust, allowing them to feel heard, understood, and validated. She never forces a lie, for she knows that the strongest illusions are those that the victim creates for themselves. She merely lays the breadcrumbs, leading them down a path where they arrive at the conclusion she has designed, all while believing it was their own insight that brought them there. This is her dark alchemy, the art of molding reality, strand by delicate strand, until the prey is enmeshed in her silk. Like a masterful weaver at her loom, she expands her web, not around the victim alone, but around their entire world. She infiltrates their inner circle, their support network, subtly distorting the perceptions of those closest to them. A half-truth here, a vague warning there, a whisper of concern delivered with an innocent smile. At first, the changes are imperceptible. A friend hesitates before returning a call. A confidant grows suspicious and distant. A once trusted ally begins to question the victim's reliability, their sanity. These are the first strands of her labyrinth of deceit, the first shadows cast upon the victim's once stable ground. And then, the final act of isolation, the moment when the prey, bewildered and betrayed, finds themselves alone in the dark. Cut off, adrift, powerless. This is the moment she has been waiting for, the moment the feast begins.
Oh, how sweetly you struggle, how beautifully you resist, just as they always do before surrendering. You see, my dear, I do not hunt, I simply weave. My web is spun from the silk of whispered half-truths and fractured realities, each thread laid with precision, each deception a gentle caress upon your mind. You believe you are free, that your choices are your own, but tell me, when did you last hear a thought that was not first whispered into your ear?
For the Ebon Arachnid cannot create energy of her own. She is a void, an abyss, hungry, insatiable, and eternally empty. She thrives not on love, not on connection, but on control and the stolen life force of others. Her greatest weapon is not her beauty, nor her words, nor even her web. It is her ability to twist the very essence of reality, to make her prey question what is real until they lose themselves entirely. It is in this state of disorientation, this psychic unraveling, that she strikes. She does not drain energy in one violent act but in countless small, unnoticed moments. A sudden argument, unnecessary but emotionally charged. A dramatic crisis, carefully orchestrated to demand attention. A late-night confession, soaked in tears and false vulnerability, leaving her prey exhausted while she walks away rejuvenated. Every interaction is a siphon. Every conflict, every plea, every moment of doubt she instills feeds her hunger. And the victim, unaware of the true nature of the exchange, is left diminished, weakened, and hollowed out, until they no longer recognize themselves in the mirror. The red hourglass upon her body is more than mere ornamentation, it is an omen. It speaks of time running out, of energy slowly draining from the prey, just as sand slips through unseen fingers. But it is also a deception, for in the widow's web, time is stretched, distorted, and weaponized. She lingers in the past, reviving old wounds when it serves her. She warps the present, ensuring that the victim never fully trusts their own memories. And she casts a false future, one filled with empty promises and unattainable hopes, ensuring that her prey always clings to the illusion, afraid to let go. The web of lies, a labyrinth with no exit. To the untrained eye, her web appears fragile, delicate, and barely visible. But this is an illusion. Her true construct is an intricate, multi-layered maze, so complex that even she can become momentarily lost within it. Each strand of the web represents a layer of deception. Gaslighting, the foundation of her manipulation, where reality is rewritten in subtle strokes until the victim questions their own mind. Illusions, she plays upon fears and desires, crafting narratives that seem both seductive and inescapable. Manipulation, the exertion of control, bending wills without force, guiding choices without seeming to intervene. Entrapment, the final stage, where the prey can no longer see the exits, where the walls seem to close in, and the idea of escape feels impossible. The poison, the cost of the dance. Her venom is not swift, it is slow, creeping, and insidious. It does not kill immediately, for she does not wish for her prey to die, only to weaken, to surrender, to submit. At first, the poison merely clouds the mind. Thoughts become muddled, emotions unsteady. Then, it seeps deeper, into the soul, the will, the very spirit, until the prey no longer remembers what it felt like to be free, to be whole, to be sovereign.
I am the weaver of fate, the mistress of perception. I do not force, I do not demand, I simply suggest. And oh, how eagerly you step into my threads, how willingly you let them cling to your skin. The hourglass upon my form is not mere ornamentation, it is a prophecy, a warning. Time is fleeting, my dear, and so is your sense of self.